I love hearing everybody's different, unique stories of how they were introduced to Fort Collins. Whether that was because they were driving through town, made a quick stop in the 70s and promised themselves that they'd find their way back here sometime in the future. Or visiting a daughter or son who chose CSU of all places to go to school. Or maybe, a friend or family lived here and they just were recruited to come visit and then they themselves found their way here. All of those stories have something in common though. They will all find their way to downtown Fort Collins. Being suggested to go visit and walk around downtown is pretty much, status quo if you are going to be talking to somebody from out of town or out of state that's here and give them a suggestion of what to do. Yeah, go walk around Old Town Fort Collins, go have breakfast at Silver Grill. Whatever that might be, downtown Fort Collins is absolutely a recommendation for everybody to visit when they come here. And that's what this video is gonna be about, what it's like to live in downtown Fort Collins. What's up everybody? This is Patrick Soukup with Soukup Real Estate Services here in Fort Collins, Colorado. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing if what you're here for is to learn everything there is to know about Fort Collins. And if at the end of this video you enjoy the content, give it a big thumbs up, give me a comment, interact, engage. It's so much fun. As much as I like making these YouTube videos for real estate and in Fort Collins, we like more, my team and I, working with buyers, sellers, and investors here in Northern Colorado for all the real estate needs. So give me a call, send me a text or email, whatever works for you. I've got your back when it comes to moving, buying, selling, investing here in Northern Colorado. And without any further delay, let's jump into the video about what it's like to live in downtown Fort Collins. Enjoy. Fort Collins originally founded as a military outpost in the late 1800s. In fact, I actually just represented a buyer on one of the oldest houses here in Fort Collins that was built in 1879, the Minor House. It's a beautiful property, beautiful project, and I can't wait to see what the new owners do with the property. But we transitioned from a military outpost to a farming town, sheep and sugar beets. From there, really, we transitioned our economy to a university-based town and now a very diverse and developing and growing economy with all different sorts of industries. We are not heavily weighted in one industry or next, but we ultimately are a downtown, old town focused city with our backbone as the university. So CSU really determines how we go as far as our population spiking in the fall and winters and springs and declining down in the summers. But if you're gonna come here and visit your students, where are you gonna go? You're gonna go have a beer at Lucky Joe's or dinner at Sunny Lubbock's, catch a game off Prospect, but find your way on the Max Transit to walk 2 blocks down or grab a margarita at the Rio. Old Town Fort Collins is our heart and soul. It is the heart of Fort Collins, and ultimately that is where we became, is the military outpost, and we grow from there. Everything kind of expands from that heart of Fort Collins. So wanted to give you a little bit of history of how Fort Collins came to be and why the downtown is so vibrant. Now downtown has always been our most desirable place to live. But there were parts of downtown, specifically north across Jefferson, that really weren't very safe or secure. There were some gang issues. And I'm not saying that Fort Collins is immune to any type of violence or gangs or anything like that, because we're not. I would say it's very quiet. We don't hear much of it, but it was something that was an issue. But downtown has developed and has been made vibrant. The Downtown Development Authority, City of Fort Collins, the money that's going into downtown are philanthropists. Everybody views downtown Fort Collins as really our heart and pours money into it, investment, alleys that are just beautiful. For whatever reason, we put a lot of money into alleys, but it's been a great project. Arts and cobblestone bricks. You just walk down there, take wedding photographs. That's where I took my wedding photographs or engagement photographs, was downtown in the alleys. But then from there, you have the restaurants that are in historic buildings with tons of history that you just gotta ask questions and understand where and how it came to be. But as far as living downtown, there are houses anywhere from the late 1800s to scraps, places that have been scraped and rebuilt. There is absolutely that going on downtown. But if you are going to be living downtown, really what you're wanting is the ability to bike everywhere, walk to downtown, have breakfast or lunch at, Little Bird Cafe for, like I said, your coffee, work at Mugs for the afternoon, but being able to bike everywhere, park your car in your garage and not necessarily have to get it out unless you really wanted to. Walkability is everything that, downtown you really want to do. You're living downtown because you want to be close to the action. If there is an energy center, it's Old Town Fort Collins, and that is why the majority of people want to live downtown. Now, downtown Fort Collins is kind of getting broad, more and more broad, really. There's Old Town West, and is it west of Shields now that's still considered downtown? How far west? South, is it south of Prospect, or does south of Prospect become more Midtown? North to the River District, and east, there is a pretty easy east boundary as far as Riverside goes, but north, where there are all of the breweries and things of that nature, that's still kind of considered the downtown area. So the geographic boundaries, I'll put up a map so that you guys can see what I'm considering as downtown Fort Collins. But within those boundaries, everything is within riding. You can easily ride your bike. Everything is within at least, less than 1.5 miles to 2 miles to the heart, which is Old Town Square. Now again, if you're living downtown, you're living there as a lifestyle choice. The historic character, the charm of these older houses, the ability to bike everywhere, to go grab a beer in an afternoon, take some time to go get ice cream at the Churn at the Exchange, or Walrus, or Ben & Jerry's. Downtown Fort Collins really is defined by its small businesses, small owner-occupied businesses. Midtown, we're gonna have more of the franchises that are there, the Bad Daddy's Burger, X Golf, but downtown Fort Collins, you're gonna have Coopersmiths, you're gonna have Sierra, Tula, very unique boutique shops that you're gonna find nowhere else in the world besides downtown Fort Collins. And when you're done shopping at those boutiques, the Sierras and Tulas of the world, you can stay downtown in Old Town Square. You can catch Friday night movies when they come back, or concerts. Bohemian Nights at New West Fest is a 3 to 4 day long, huge music concert, 7 different concert venues or areas where there's live music. Shops, street markets, food trucks, all of that goes on downtown. On an afternoon during the spring, summer, or even like late fall when there's 60 to 70 degree days, taking your kids to the splash pad or walking over to the public library. The Exchange just was developed, that's a little bit further north, but has the warehouse commercial buildings with Vato's Tacos, the Churn. But then you have also the historic downtown Old Town Square with the Rio, the Avery building, which now is the kitchen next door. So there's always something to do downtown in downtown Fort Collins. A conversation that people have and they discuss is downtown a place that you can spend morning to evening? In one of my prior videos, I did the best day in Fort Collins. If you have an opportunity to watch that video, take a chance. But really, you could wake up at the Elizabeth Hotel or at your house, go grab breakfast at Silver Grill, lunch at Coopersmith's, beers at New Belgium, and an evening concert down in Old Town Square. It really is, and all in between, you can go shop at some of these boutique stores. So it's really a great opportunity and time that you can spend every weekend, once a month, or once a year. So that is downtown living. It's all about the lifestyle and lifestyle design that you choose and you want to be a part of. Now, what is it gonna cost you to have that lifestyle design? It is an absolute premium to live downtown. The median price per square foot in all of Fort Collins is about $190 per square foot. Well, downtown could really range from upper 200s, lower 300s, all the way up to brand new build construction condos, $750, $800 a square foot. But if you're looking at buying in downtown Fort Collins, what you can expect is a median sales price of about $502,000 with an average of about $583,000. What that's gonna get you is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with a 1-car garage built between 1920s and 1930s, and about 1,600 to 1,900 square feet. Again, built in the 1920s, 1930s. So that's what it's gonna cost you, and the median price per square foot is gonna be anywhere really between $320 to $375 per square foot, depending on the size. The smaller the buildings are, the more price per square foot you're gonna have. The bigger, the little bit more value you're gonna get per square foot, but you will be paying a premium, and especially if you want to live on Mountain Avenue. So let's also talk about if you want to live in the street of Fort Collins that have a Mountain Avenue address. You're gonna have a Fort Collins Primo address, but within that have a Mountain Avenue. Here are some numbers about living on Mountain Avenue. Now, if living in Fort Collins was a game of Monopoly, living on Mountain Avenue would be buying Park Place. This street is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's got the trolley. All the 5Ks are ran down through it, very slow. But the prices to live there for a median sales price of $810 with an average of about $880,000. A little bit bigger homes, 22 to 2,500 square feet, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, or maybe 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, still built in the 1920s. You will still have that $330 price per square foot that we just talked about for downtown, but you are gonna get a little bit bigger house, which is what raises that price point from $500,000 to $800,000. But it's a beautiful street. If you have an opportunity to pick up a house there, you won't regret it, and you're probably gonna hold on to that thing for many, many years. So there you have it, folks. That's what it's like to live in downtown Fort Collins. The history of where it came to be, the old military outpost buildings that are now music venues, to our kind of renovation, revamp in the late 90s, early 2000s, to Old Town Square, to what it is today. We went through the savings and loans crisis. We've had great investors, philanthropists pour money into Old Town. And then as far as living there, it's a lifestyle design to bike, to walk, to have the ability to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, all within walking distance. You know, have some drinks at some world-class beers and breweries. Go spend time at Lee Martinez Park. It's really all right there. You could spend your entire year there without going. And honestly, with the last year's pandemic, maybe not a bad thing to have been able to do. And then also what it looks like to buy there, what the prices are, what you could expect if you're moving into there. And again, being able to bike everywhere, the lifestyle design. Downtown Fort Collins is definitely the gem of Fort Collins. Old Town Square is the heart, downtown's the gem, and Fort Collins is the place to be. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. And again, if you're looking at relocating or moving to Fort Collins, specifically even to downtown Fort Collins, I'd love to help you. I work downtown, I know downtown, I live Fort Collins. So thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, again, subscribe, like, comment, and until next time, guys, take care.